Shalom everybody, hi, this is Duvid Chaim. We are continuing our Motivational Monday series on the art and science of change. Today we'll be talking about how to make change stick. The reason I'm dedicating time to share with the Chevra lessons by the world's leading motivational teachers is that I have observed how the percentage of men and women who enter this 12-step program and actually recover and attain sobriety is relatively small. So it begs the question, why? What is the barrier that seems to keep us back in the dark in the old patterns of thinking, and therefore we continue to act and to act out like always? From my research, I found that the answer lies in a man's motivation to change, and the key to change is to ignite in him the willingness to take the actual steps to change. Remember, recovery is not a spectator sport. You can't just sit in the bleachers. You got to spend time working out and be on the field to win. In our last session, we discussed mastering change. Are you a spinner or a sailor? We learned that the spinner is the man who is always riding his stationary bike, who pedals and never gets anywhere. And that the sailor is the man who boards the ship and is ready and excited to do whatever is necessary to explore what's out there. Today, we're going to be discussing how to make change stick. And we are going to learn 5 simple steps you can take today and every day to make sure the change sticks. Have you or anyone you know ever said that they were starting a new period of sobriety, determined to stay sober for 90 days or more, or they decided they were going to be a much better husband or wife or provider to their family, or they made a resolution to grow spiritually this Shavuos? Let's stay up all night and really Shteig in their learning. But they really meant it, and they had a good start, and they have a great program. But after time, change didn't stick, and they fell back into their old patterns of behavior. So why didn't their changes stick? There are 2 primary reasons people fail to change, our science shows. Number 1, perhaps they didn't really want to change, or they lack the need to change that is necessary to work the 12 steps or make any of the other dreams come true. Sure, they casually set a small goal, but they had no deeper sense of motivation or mission that would compel them to change. We all need a clear goal that'll help us feel real pride, joy, and reward if we achieve it. This, then, is ultimately a problem of deep and sustained motivation. The second most common reason why change doesn't stick is that we lack the daily focus that is necessary to not only change, but to get it to stick. Perhaps we've lost the connection with the dream because of the many distractions out there or competing interests. Maybe we were focused on change in the beginning, but a day or 2 or week later, we got busy focusing on something else, and all those resolutions to change got pushed aside, neglected, and then forgotten. So this then is a problem of sustained attention. Do you ever experience this? Is it possible that it was important to you in the beginning to make the changes, some kind of changes that you felt like, that you were supposed to change, but maybe you didn't feel compelled to change? Yes, really compelled, like your world would come to an end if you didn't make the change. So, to get change to stick, I suggest you step back and you ask yourself these 4 questions. What are my true values? What is my purpose in this relationship, in this job, in this life? Ask yourself, what's deep inside of me? What drives me and what makes me feel alive? Chevra, if you can't answer these questions, then maybe you won't be ready to take the steps necessary to make change stick. So if you are, here are 5 steps you can start today and every day. Number 1, determine what you want to change and why you want to change. And write it down. I'll repeat. Ask yourself, what do I want to change today, and why do I want to change it? Now, take out a piece of paper and a pen and just simply write it down. Don't be relying on putting it in your iPhone or writing it down once and looking at it every day of the week. No, do this exercise every day until the change becomes a way of life for you. Number 2, then be sure to schedule it on your calendar. Like it's just as important for you to make the change as it is for you to see your biggest client. And do it every day so that it conditions your mind and body to that change. And eventually it will feel good and you'll miss the action if you forget to do it. Number 3, and at the end of the day, maybe before you go to sleep, measure how well you did on a scale of 1 to 10 and ask yourself, what can I do better tomorrow? Number 4, share it with other people. Let them know what you're doing, and you'll see that people will cheer you on. And lastly, number 5, get a comrade, get a workout buddy, get a coach. So, Chevra, you'll see that if you practice these 5 simple steps to ensure change sticks, then after some time, the momentum will build up, and you'll be focused on it. And ultimately, that change will take root in you and your mind, and it will become your will and your discipline until you eventually see that you will become a master of change. Thanks for joining me, Chevra, today on this Motivational Monday. And remember, it works if you work it, and you're worth it.